Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I am Tamika Thompson and I am the owner and resume writer at Thompson Resume Writing Company. And for this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to conduct salary research to make sure that you are getting paid what you are worth and what you deserve. Now, I talked about this in a previous video where I shared secret ways that jobs underpay you. If jobs can get away with not giving you what you're supposed to be making, if they can find a way to underpay you and no one knows about it, best believe that they are going to do just that. It is up to you to make sure that you do your due diligence in making sure that you are asking what you deserve and that you're not accepting anything less than what you deserve. And a big part of that is doing your research beforehand so that you know the right number that you should be asking and what you should not be accepting under any circumstances. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Number one on this list is to use online tools and websites such as PayScale, Salary Expert, and Salary.com. Now, these are free tools that you can access on the web to find out what you should be making in any position along with your background, your skills, and your education. So when you go to either of these sites, there's some information that you're going to have to fill in, and they ask you some common questions like, do you have a bachelor's degree? Do you have a master's degree? How many years of experience do you have in the field? What is the job title that you'll be going for? Things like that. And once you enter in that information, it's going to give you a number or a figure that you should be aiming for based on the information that you include. Now, it's important, and I cannot stress this enough, to be realistic and honest about your background. I know that there's this movement, and I fully support it, about asking for what you deserve and not settling for less than what you deserve and all of that good stuff, but it's important to not inflate or overhype yourself. So if you know for a fact that you may not be worth as much as you would like to, that's okay. That gives you something to strive for. Maybe you take a certification, maybe you go back to school, maybe you take a webinar, right? So when you're using these tools, make sure that you're entering accurate, honest information in order to get that number. If you feel confident enough and you just know that you got it like that, you can go ahead and bump up that number by 10% or 20% because that's actually what I did. So with my past position, I used these tools to get a feel for what I'm technically worth in the job market based on today's standards, but I knew that I was even worth a little bit more than that. And that was not me being cocky, that was me being real. So if you feel the exact same way, it's totally okay to take the number that you receive and bump it up a little bit more. But again, make sure that you're being realistic. Number two on this list is to make sure that you're comparing salaries from different sources. So don't just take the first and only number that you receive when you're doing salary research. Find a range of numbers from different sources, maybe 3 to 4 or 3 to 5 different websites to come up with a collective or a general or an average number. The worst thing that you can do is use one source and get one number but not cross-check it. Because you never know, you may go to PayScale and that number could be a little bit lower than what Salary Expert has, and Salary Expert's number may be higher than PayScale's, but it may be lower than Salary.com. You never ever want to shortchange yourself, and the best way to do this is to collect different numbers from different sources to make sure that you clearly understand what you can go for. Number 3 on this list, and I have done this many times throughout the course of my career, and that is to ask people who are in the role that you are applying to or that you will be going for how much money they make. Now, I understand that this question may be uncomfortable, especially when you're asking a stranger, but if you explain the situation and you let them know, hey, so-and-so, I'll be interviewing for this role and my background is similar to yours. I also have the certification needed, or I also have a master's degree or bachelor's degree or whatever, and I really want to make sure that I'm not going to be underpaid in this position. Do you mind helping me, or do you mind sharing with me what your salary is so that I know that I'm getting paid a just a fair and an equitable salary. And when you position it like that, 9 times out of 10, people are going to want to help you. And sometimes, even by doing this, you could help somebody else discover that they may be getting underpaid. So to find people who are in roles that you may be interested in applying to, or roles that you'll be going after, a tool that you'll want to take advantage of for sure is LinkedIn. So with LinkedIn, you'll be able to message people directly, either who work at the company that you're interviewing for, or people just in general who work at different companies, different states, different countries, or whatever, who have that title that you'll be applying to. Make sure that you're reaching out to people who have a similar background as you. So if you are going for a manager position, don't, reach out to people who are directors and senior directors, because that's not going to be your lane. And another thing that you can do is reach out to people in your network. So if in your network you have people who are in management level, who are in management roles or in senior director roles or director roles or whatever, if you know them directly, just shoot them a text message or send them an email. Then last on this list is to do a little bit of digging to find out if the company that you're interviewing for or that you will be interviewing for has a history of paying people fairly. Now, this is a biggie, and you can use tools like Glassdoor and Indeed to find this information out. So on top of, using PayScale and Salary Expert and things like that, if the company has a history of underpaying people and lowballing people, that is the biggest red flag, because 9 times out of 10, they are either going to lowball you right out the gate, just as they did other people, or if you do ask for the money that you do deserve and that you should be making, they are going to deny it or not grant it, right? So that is really important. With one company that I worked for, I actually found that out the hard way. So my coworkers and I were having a discussion around our salaries. It was random one day at lunch, and I found out that I was making way less than the person who was in my position before was making. And as it turned out, everybody at the table was making less than what they were supposed to be making. And people will spill all of the tea on sites like Glassdoor and Indeed. So if you take a look at those sites and you comb through some of the reviews, and you see a lot of people saying that they were underpaying me, I felt like I wasn't getting paid what I was worth, they lowballed me, things like that, that is a huge red flag to run away from that company. So that's it. Those are some super simple, easy peasy ways that you can conduct and perform some salary research before you begin job searching or before you accept an offer. And trust me, y'all, doing salary research ahead of time can save you in the long run, to make sure, again, that you're not being lowballed and that you're being paid what you deserve, what you're worth, and also for the responsibilities and for the things that you're going to be doing for the company. I don't know a single person that enjoys being underpaid and who would not jump at the opportunity to take more money if they could. Typically, when you get in a position, like once you say yes, it's very hard to negotiate more after the fact or try to advocate for yourself after the fact. If you did find this video helpful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and hit the like button down below. If you have any additional questions in relation to salary research that I did not answer in this video, go ahead and drop that question down in the comment box down below. If you need assistance with your resume for your upcoming job search, feel free to reach out to me. My email address is hello@thompsonresumes.com, and you can also visit my website at www.thompsonresumes.com. For more career and resume and job search tips and information from me, feel free to connect with me on social media. The link to my Instagram and LinkedIn profile are in the description box down below. And you can also subscribe to my email list as well by clicking the link in the description box too. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel but you're watching this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can join my growing YouTube community. And I will see you all next time with another helpful video. Cheers to not being underpaid, y'all. Bye.